What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys, and I'm back for another video, y'all, because I got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. So, guys, I know a lot of y'all are used to the Kakarot stuff, but there are a lot of y'all who was here for the Madden days, guys, and guess what? You see it on the screen. College football is coming back. Yes! I'm telling y'all, when I got this news, man, I straight up, like, legit, tears was coming to my eyes, man, because it's been a while since 2013 was the last time we had one. It's shown down here with NCAA 14. Guys, this is super freaking huge, but there's a lot of information about this that we need to discuss. And guys, I am going to be covering this. I'm telling you, I'm going to be covering this with the same level of detail and dedication I've been doing with the Kakarot videos. So if y'all like the Kakarot content, but y'all been here since the Madden and y'all know how I do, guys, I promise you, this is the best place to be for college football gaming news from Dmgaming, guys. So subscribe to the channel, please, and hit that like button. It'll be greatly appreciated. So there's some stuff I want to read for y'all real quick. And this is an article from ESPN, Michael Rothenstein. And he says here, let's read this article because there's some good information. EA Sports is coming back to college football. After last making a college football video game in 2013, the possibility of a game returning has been in limbo. Now it isn't. Daryl Holt, EA Sports Vice President and General Manager, told ESPN the game maker will be returning to the space with EA Sports College Football, guys. That's going to be the name of it, and they explain why down below. As we look for the momentum that we're building on in sports, it all starts with the passion of our fans and the opportunities of what they're interested in, Holt said. I don't think there's a visit where I can go outside wearing a piece of EA Sports branded apparel, blase. Hey, when is college football coming back? People do ask that. It will at some point, Holt said. There is not a date on when the game will return or even a date when the return will be announced other than it won't be coming back for this year. And this is really important, guys, because we knew this would happen. We knew that this would happen, but let me read on because this is why this is happening. To make the game happen, EA Sports partnered with the collegiate licensing company CLC to make sure it has the FBS schools, traditions, uniforms, and playbooks. So for people who are thinking it's going to be generic teams, it's not. It's going to be the real deal Holyfield. Among other things, ready to go for the game. Over 100 teams will be in the game. Now, I think currently in FBS, there's about 120-something schools, I think, or something like that in FBS. So they're right. I mean, by the time the game comes out, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be on board, though. For now, EA Sports is planning to move forward without rosters that include the names, images, and likenesses of real college players. And I'm going to be honest with you, nobody gives a crap because we've had college football for decades with that. And all we do is we're going to go in there and we're going to create the rosters that we want. But guys, EA Sports, I'm going to explain to y'all in this video what their real drive behind all of this is, okay? Current NCAA rules prohibit athletes from selling their NIL rights while in college. However, those rules are likely to be changed at some point in the coming year by the NCAA state legislature or Congress. It's not yet clear whether the involving rules will allow for the kind of group licensing arrangements. Guys, I'll put it like this. You can go and read this article. I'm not going to sit here and read all of this, but basically what it's saying is EA Sports is starting the production of this game. Okay, it's not going to come out this year. Basically, what EA Sports is waiting on is for this to be overturned to where the players can get paid for their likenesses. And what that's going to do is allow EA Sports to use the actual players and the actual rosters and their actual likenesses in the game. They could very easily come out with a college football game next year if they wanted to, because they could literally use the same format that they use for Madden and brand the college people on there. Reason people, and before you say no, it's a different system, guys, they already have college football in Madden. They can literally, and it uses the same engine. Like, they can do it. They could put out a college football game next year if they wanted to. They could possibly put one out by July where it would normally release if they wanted to, very easily, because it's basically just copy and paste the same way the modders do, putting all the different schools in Madden and stuff like that. They could do it. They're not going to. because they're waiting for this to be overturned with the NCAA so that the players can get paid for their likeness. Okay. That's why EA Sports is waiting. So they're basically making us hold out for a college football game until they can get the likeness. And you say, why is it so important for them to get the player likeness? It's not going to affect sales. It's not, because we're going to buy it. We're going to make the rosters all we want to. The reason why is because EA Sports makes a plethora of money off of microtransactions and stuff from Ultimate Team. Now you might say NCAA 14 had Ultimate Team. Yes, but a lot of people don't even know that because a lot of people didn't really play Ultimate Team back then. Why? Because the bulk of what Ultimate Team was back then was a bunch of older players who were already out of college, who had been in the NFL or out of, stuff like that. And if people wanted to play Ultimate Team with them players, they would just do it in Madden. That's why Ultimate Team was never a hit with the college football games. But what EA Sports is figuring is that if they have the actual players, that people will be more willing to play Ultimate Team, and thus will lead to more microtransactions from them. Because of this, guys, this tweet came out from Brian Widley. He says, from of EA, development of EA Sports College Football is just underway, with launch timing still to come as the project progresses in the years ahead. We're looking at a 2 to 3 year probability. And by that time, the players should be in position to be paid. NIL laws and players union. You see what I'm saying? This is what they're waiting on. And y'all see my comment here. So in other words, they could release it possibly next year, but they really want to wait to players to be paid so they can make more money with Ultimate Team. Because let's be real, that's what it's all about. Because we make our own realistic rosters and always have. And this is true, guys. Only thing they're waiting on to make this game is the NIL, because EA Sports wants to get paid for it. They want to, they don't mind playing the players, but I'm telling you, it's all about Ultimate Team, dude. That's what it's all about. And also with marketing, but they feel like they'll make more money if they can use the actual players. So you're going to have actual college athletes on the cover. You're going to have Ultimate Team with the actual players and the marketing and things like that. But it all leads to Ultimate Team because that is EA Sports' cash cow, is Ultimate Team. That is their business model right now. And so that's what they're sticking their guns to. And that's why we have to wait possibly 2 years, because this NIL law will more than likely change this year. Okay, but once it changes, EA Sports is giving time for a players union to form and all of this kind of stuff, and that's going to take another 2 years, 2 years and a half or something like that. See, so it really depends on how fast this happens, and I'm going to be reporting this along with the college football video game updates, so that we can have a timeline as to when this game has come out. Because the sooner that these laws change and the sooner that they develop a players union, the sooner we'll have a college football game. And what's going to happen is more than likely these teams are already on board, because I think Florida State tweeted that they're going to be in the game. They're going to be making the game. They're going to be building the infrastructure, the uniforms, and all that kind of stuff. What they're going to be waiting on is building the character roster and the player likenesses and things like that. So, and this is what they're waiting on. So, yes, the game is coming back, guys, but it could be as far as 2024. Gosh, that sounds so far away, before we see a college football game drop. Now, the big question is, in the meantime, hey, since they're bringing the game back, are they going to give us a remastered version of NCAA 14? That would be phenomenal. They could easily do that, especially since they're bringing the game back. They could even give us a scrap, just make one based from the Madden profile and just reskin it. A lot of people are asking for that. If you go look at these comments, that's what a lot of people are talking about, So it is possible EA Sports could do that, but I don't think they're going to. They're going to wait. And like I said, the title of the game is going to be EA Sports College Football. It's not going to be NCAA football. Reason why is because they don't have the NCAA licensing. Okay, but they do have the license that they have to be able to use the teams and stuff like that. And guys, we talked about this in an old college football video that I did, basically talking about how the NCAA license, only thing it gave them the right to use is the logo for NCAA and the word NCAA. And I told y'all, they could still make a college football game without that. And finally, we see that we were right about that. They can. They just haven't been because they couldn't profit off of the Ultimate Team from using the actual players' names and licensing. So EA Sports all this time could have easily given us a college football game with generic rosters, but they didn't. Why? Because of the player likeness issue. But now that that's being resolved, EA Sports stands to make more money, and we get a college football game within the next 3 years. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.